Oh, I have a little explaining to do about this dungeon. When I first recorded this, it took me about an hour to complete because I was getting lost, dying, and some other number of painful things. I decided to save you the trouble or misfortune of watching all of that, so I've cut down the amount of video in about half, so now it's only about half an hour, just 2 parts, instead of being an entire hour. Make you suffer through that as much as I did. So bad. Zelda's telling me that she's locked in Turtle Rock on top of Death Mountain. So that's still a ways away, especially as far as this dungeon is concerned. So these tiles that you're seeing me step onto warp you between different floors. So the floor that I was currently, they just warp you between floors. That's all I need to say. So basically, what I did in order to reduce the time was I cut out certain deaths. Some travel time, so you wouldn't have to see me doing things badly. Basically what happened here was I realized at this point that going in this room, it wasn't necessarily futile, but at the time I didn't realize it, so I'm just gonna skip past me trying to fight those things and then utterly failing at it. So I guess you could say sort of discovered a little shortcut there, because falling in the hole takes you back to the entrance, but you know how I can be with death and hearts in this game, so I decided to spare myself, and trust me, I needed it. So the door behind locks until you hit that switch. Haha, I hit the switch, so the door opened. It's a magical combination. So I tried going right first, and then I tried going left first. I really should have gone left first because that's actually the way forward. It helps you get forward. Because we all know how great of a direction left is, right? Aside from those two annoying fireball mouth spawn thingies, what this room does have is a key and a treasure chest. Although what I really don't get is they hit a switch under the pot, which makes a treasure chest appear, and then you can get the key from the treasure chest. But in previous dungeons, they've had it so that you just pick up the pot and there's the key. I don't understand why they couldn't do that. Maybe they felt like being flashy, but who cares? I have the key and there's a key door. So we all know what's happened here. I opened the door. Pretty self-explanatory, but I felt like saying it anyways. It gives me a certain air of power. It makes me feel more significant than I actually am. This room was probably one of the most annoying rooms in the dungeon, just because of those things. And the pits. The blue ones take 2 hits now. Yeah, I have the Master Sword. They take 2 hits now to kill, and the red one is invincible unless you knock it into the pit. A lot of the stuff that I cut out was right in this area. Me falling or getting hits, or just generally failing at life. Pulling out my boomerang to hit the switch so I can go to the right. Oh, I can't go that way. How stupid of me. How stupider of me. So that's a shortcut back, which you can't access from the other side. Sad face. So now... Oh, wait. Duh. I really have no idea why I did that twice. Should have realized it the first time. A locked door. I wonder if there's a switch around here somewhere. Hey, look, a switch. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm gonna need to put something on it. Statue, statue! Hello, statue. Which is somehow movable, even though some of the other ones aren't. And so yeah, I go in this room, and then I realize, or at least what I was thinking at the time, oh crap, can't kill that red one. But I could. I feel so stupid in hindsight just because I spent like so much time just wandering around, not knowing what I was doing, when I'd sort of figure it out later, and then it's truly a face moment. See, down here is actually quite an important area, as you'll see later. Although at the time I didn't realize it. Would have made going through this dungeon a whole heck of a lot easier. But you know me, and since I was actually alone when I recorded this, it's very, very blind. So blind it's almost bad. So I figured out a better way to do that. First time I made it so that it was impassable, but now I can get an extra key from it. And I also hit the switch over there so that the red one's down, so you can actually get over on this side. So we can figure out what's over here. Well, that's fantastic. I'm going to sue whoever built that bridge as a horribly built bridge. I want treasure. Seriously, somebody needs to go to bridge building school. Aha! I have a compass. I can now tell which direction is north. It happens to be the top of the screen. Like it always is. So there is a boatload of rupees down here. When I say a boatload, I do mean a boatload. I think I end up with more than 500 at the end of this, because all of those are 5. So they're clusters of 3, so I think they're, what, 3 clusters of 3, which would be 15 times 6, mental math, something crazy. It's like, oh, right, key door, and I have a key. Oh, this is an interesting room. And I was being stupid at that point because I, for some reason, didn't know that, or didn't think of picking up that skull and going the other way where you didn't have to deal with those. So I go through all the trouble of getting that treasure chest, and what's in it? 5 rupees. Seriously, I think I got like 30 times that previously. See, this is me being more intelligent. And also discover some glitchiness with the spike. It's stuck inside the statue. Way to go. Somebody felt like having a fail day. So now that I went on that completely useless that path that's completely useless. When I say it is just completely useless, it is, because you can just go back using that bridge that I was just on. You can actually go back that way without having to waste the key on it. So I realized that, and I saved a key for the door that I just opened, which leads us to the Labyrinth of Terror. It's not very ferocious, but it is quite hot. because of the thingies that I don't really remember the name of. I don't really care to remember the name of either. Call them mini dinosaurs. Something like that. Treasure gives me bombs, even though I was already full on bombs. Hooray for useful treasure chests that were completely useless. Treasure chest over here gives me another key. How wonderful. It's like, okay, well, I went in here and I went through this entire maze just to get a key. Wait, that's all I got is a key. And then I realized that there was a bomb on the wall over here. But, of course... Bomb the wall, haha. I don't have the big key yet, which means I can't get the item inside. I can't get the prize inside! Mom, the cereal box lied to me! There is no prize inside. There is no prize. It was a lie. So, I'm usually pretty good with mazes, so sort of finding my way back pretty easily here until I make a stupid mistake and get lost. It's like, oh, stupid. It's going to go backwards through the maze perfectly. Perfectly. So this is go the other, no, there we go. So I went back via the bridge and then realized, oh, I can't go down that way. Seem to have done that a lot in the space of this dungeon. So going back. Ice rod, still not useful. Well, it's because it hit a block, but I'm just, you know what? Ice rod being more useful. The weird thing that happened right there, other than me falling down, was that usually when you slice those whatevers, you'll get knocked back, like that. But in that case, I didn't get any recoil at all. Heaven forbid me using recoil in a Zelda game. I mean, heck, there aren't any guns or... I mean, I guess they have cannons. But still, really not many opportunities to use it in this game. So going back to the other side again, for some reason. Fighting more of things. There was so much more of this in some of the edited out footage. It's ridiculous. Like, it gets so much worse. So much worse. No, I want the treasure chest. I want the treasure chest. So I just sort of edited the door open. So, this was the point that I realized, oh, those things mirror what Link's doing. Yeah. So they sort of mirror Link's movements, and then I also realized that you can kill those with arrows. Hooray. Then I died. Right when I came to a stunning revelation. Fatality. The green ones I don't mind so much. Green ones are just there. The red ones, if you stand directly in front of them, which you essentially have to do in order to shoot them with your arrows, or else you'll miss like that, they will shoot a fireball at you, which is quite annoying, as you can tell. When I say quite annoying, I mean very annoying. Especially later when I try and defeat one of these things with only 2 hearts. Sigh enemies. So, oh, wait, I already have the bow. Jerk! So, you could actually use some strategy to kill the red one. Essentially, by those 2 skulls that are in the like the middle of the room up there, is you can make him, you can essentially block his shot with those, and then you can still fire at him yourself. So it's an effective strategy, but it's difficult to pull off for obvious reasons. Run! I really don't know why I went when it was like that. It's like, oh, Cyclops, what does this do? What does this do? Oh, duh. Wait a minute. I have arrows. It has an eye. An eye. Singular. Boom. I feel stupid. Stupid. Okay, the wall's moving. Though I have to admit, whoever designed that is a freaking epic engineer or whatever, because they just made an entire wall move. Oh, great. Looks like I need a hammer. Or should I say, an hammer. So I guess going this way, at least for the time being, was completely useless. Like a lot of the stuff that I did in this run. But before we continue on our merry adventure, we need to collect some hearts. 3 to be precise. Of course, the other 3 give me nothing. Oops. We should have paid more attention to that, but I guess at the time I wasn't really thinking about what color the switch was. I was just concentrating on figuring out what the heck I was doing. And this is where this episode's going to end, so I'll see you guys next time for the continuation of the most horrible dungeon ever.